All right. Fathers. The big daddy. The big daddy ones. Everyone's got it. Abigail. Alrighty, so I'm talking about the inner child journey, fathers. Hey, Cynthia. All right. So the inner child journey, which is really cool. What I'm doing is helping you to start accessing the subconscious so that you can actually do some of your own inner work, okay? Because it can be life-changing. I just want to share a couple things, you guys. So way back, okay, back in the day, this is back in the, hang on, where was I living? The 80s, late 80s, late 80s, early 90s, in that time period. There's all this inner child work, and I remember it wasn't what I'm doing, but I remember the whole inner child work. It was like enough already, it's like Bruce Springsteen had a song, I think it was him. It's like something around, something about your inner child and something about get over it. Kick his ass and get over it. I can't remember, but it was pretty cool. But it's different. It's different than some of the inner child work that people know how to do. This is where you're going to learn how to go in to your own subconscious and start connecting with these aspects of you that you've pushed out and rejected. Okay, everybody does it. And then how to communicating, finding out. Okay, this is what's really cool. You can start communicating with your inner child, and you're going to learn all kinds of stuff. Okay, because that inner child that you've cast out, that you've rejected, it knows everything. Okay, so you want to get in there and start unraveling all that, all that stuff. It's life-changing. Ever since I did that it was last year, actually, late last year. I found a peace, like I've been looking on my life, you guys. I've been doing inner work since 1984, okay, and doing deep emotional unraveling, okay. And there was certain pieces, no matter what, I just couldn't get them. It's like can't get them till you get them, okay. So one of the big ones that I found was, so I got activated, and I went, what happened was, it was like I discovered something I never knew, okay? Like my dad, just for example, my dad left when I was like maybe three and a half, somewhere in there. And we got to a place where we never saw him, okay? Years, never talked to him, never saw him. And then he died when I was 16. And that was like major shattering. But for me, I did a lot of inner work, a lot of excruciating pain around, miss my dad, want my dad, he's gone, blah, blah, blah. But what I never got was the belief in my subconscious that he didn't love me. So I got that piece, you guys, last year. What year is this? 2020. It was 2024. So since 1984 to 2024, I got that piece, okay? But what happened, though, was really cool. So got that piece, and it was like out of control, hysterical crying, was devastated, blah, blah, blah. And then I started connecting with that part of me, that inner child, that where she really believed her daddy didn't love her. And it was a major healing, you guys. It changed many things. One of the things that changed was what you don't know this, but in my life, because of all the traumas I've had, like in the evenings, I start getting like, getting a little wonky, and because I'm usually by myself, and I have thoughts of, it's like go do something, whatever, run amok, something. When I did this piece with what I'm talking about, that feeling of, of that anxiety, a little bit of anxiety thing was over. The other piece that changed We all have this, people. We're always looking for the one, okay? You might even be married and you're still looking for the one. Got one foot out the door, okay? Or you're meeting people, you're going places, and there's always this feeling, this thing, that is that the one? Not that that's not the words. I'm calling it that because that's really what it is, looking for the one. What you're looking for is your mommy, daddy, okay? So just also, too, not only did our father basically abandon us, so did our mother. We were raised by my grandmother, who hated me, so extreme abuse. But the abandonment thing, gone. And so going into that process, finding that peace around dad doesn't love me, and then coming in and then just really connecting with that aspect of me and really getting her to a place, which is me, where there was an acceptance that he's never coming back. Never, no matter what. He dead. He gone. Okay. So it was so cute, this little me, She's like, he never come back? No, but, and it was like, never. Finally, she cried more. Finally, she was done. She went and go play with her tea set. You guys, I forgot I had a tea set. But it changed me, like it made a major shift. So that feeling of looking for the one, gone, okay? Nighttime, no problem. Hanging out, no worries. No desire to go run amok. Get away, whatever, okay? So it was huge. So when you know how to do this, you can actually do your own work, especially if you get activated, triggered, something happens, you're having a reaction, and you now understand that your reactions are your doorway into your subconscious, that if you heal that, those reactions won't be there for real, okay? So you'll learn how to do this work, okay? You'll learn how to connect, how to talk, how to integrate, how to pull these pieces back in, how to let them go through what they got to go through. You might go through emotion as well, but it's a healing, a major, deep, profound healing, okay? You guys, I don't do anything if it doesn't work, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not into airy-fairy. I'm not into, hyped up BS that doesn't really work, okay? I only do stuff that actually changes us. That's it. But we're not changed, why bother, okay? So, inner child tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. I don't know when it is. Let me see, when is it? I think it's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow at 12:30. Tomorrow at 12:30. Okay, so if you haven't got it, no airy-fairy, Abigail. I don't do airy-fairy. Airy-fairy is like, you guys, when I used to live in the Bay Area, back then, I was like, really? It was annoying. All these people, it's like, all they want to do is just, let's just keep the heart. Let's just be happy. Why can't we just be nice? Why can't we do this? Why can't life be like this, And all this stuff that doesn't change anything, okay? And a lot of stuff that doesn't really work, that's airy-fairy to me, okay? It's not grounded. It doesn't grow corn. I'm not interested, okay? So anything I do will shift you, okay? Otherwise, I don't do it. All right, so tomorrow is on the Father, okay? Even if you haven't done the whole series, it doesn't matter. You can get them. You can still buy them. It's no different, than in person, pretty much. And the mommy dad issues are friggin' huge. So tomorrow is the dad, the father. Everyone's got daddy, mommy issues. Everyone, okay? So we want to, clean that up, heal it, you guys. It will change you. I swear. It's profound. Okay. Okay, what? I'm still immature. Yeah. Inner work heals between that narcissistic father and me, or is he forever my karmic? Either way, I have accepted that. It's all me, Maya. Learn your lesson. Okay. Well, okay, so that's all good. You might be resting in or living in the acceptance, okay? So there's an acceptance of things, but there's also, is there still anything in there? Is there still any kind of angst? Is there any kind of unresolved emotions or unfelt? I'm looking at your energy, Pri, okay? I'm looking at you just to check. You got the narcissistic father. No, he's not. No, here's the thing. You guys, you know, you're making new agreements and contracts every lifetime. Okay. Yeah, you might do the same old, but here's the thing. Coming to acceptance does not necessarily mean that all the wounding, all the angst got cleaned up. Most of the time, it doesn't. Okay. The ability to accept and to surrender is one thing, but all the energy that happened because of a narcissistic father and because of all the damage that's happened. It isn't just in your relationship with the father, your father, it's your relationship with everyone and yourself, okay? So I'm glad you learned your lesson. That's really awesome. And there's unhealed, I can see it. In fact, I'm gonna just share, okay? You got a lid on top of stuff, okay? I can see it. There's a lid. I'm looking at the subconscious. You got a lid. Underneath, there's still energy spinning. There's still emotions that you haven't felt yet. I would just encourage you to clean that stuff up for real, okay? Oh, yeah. Oh, you guys, yeah, this is a good one. You're gonna like what I'm going to share with you. Okay, so in 2011, was with a group in Egypt, okay? And we were at the Temple of Isis, okay? The Temple of Isis, I have a major connection there. This is high priestess stuff. I have memory. I remember going and doing all the high priestess initiations, and the final one was a sarcophagus. I went into the sarcophagus, and in this lifetime, I went and I did a past life regression thing, or, doing it my way, and went back into time, went back into the time I went into the sarcophagus. You guys, that's when I was shown creation. That's when I was shown creation waking up to its own awareness. And I'm pretty certain that's what the science calls the Big Bang. It was the awareness of its own self, that everything in that moment, there was a frequency, a shift in consciousness, which created movement, which eventually in time created everything we got now, but trillions and trillions and trillions of years, okay? But I was also shown at the soul level how the soul has no, this is why we make all these agreements to come and have these experiences, because the soul doesn't care. It's not attached to, oh, you got raped, oh, you got beheaded, oh, you got, whatever. Yeah, it was just an experience, okay? So I learned so much, you guys. But yeah, I was a teacher, and everyone there was 18 of us, and we were at the Temple of Isis, and we did a major thing because the energies, you may not know this, but when the Nile River, when they put a dam in that rose, and so the temple was flooded, had water. So they moved it brick by brick a quarter mile away. So you guys, we were at the temple. Most of the group was over by this area. We had a guide kind of person. And all of a sudden my body starts to feel really wonky, like I'm going to pass out and throw up. And I'm going, what is going on? So we walked closer, and the closer we got, the more intense it got. So we sat down, and I'm like, what's going on? What is going on? And the guy started talking. He was saying that the actual temple was a quarter mile over there. And then I knew it was up. I was being asked to realign the temple with the energies that they had aligned. I'm like, you gotta be freaking kidding. When I get these knowings, I follow through. So I told the group what was up. So all together we worked it, and we literally moved the energy that was aligning up wherever that up in the skies, heavens, and moved that energy over. And this temple made the alignment with the temple. The whole temple lit up. Everything shifted and changed. All of us felt it. And we were all having the memory, this is what I'm coming back to, of being at the temple. I was high priestess. All these people that were with me, not all of them, but most of them were at the temples as well. They were all in the high priestess temples, okay? So yeah, you might feel a connection. You might feel some kind of resonance. You might feel like a familiar, okay? So yeah, of course, we've had past lives, you guys, of course. And yes, many of my lifetimes were teaching, consciousness, awareness, all kinds of, higher level stuff, which is what I still do now. So yeah, yep, we definitely have connections, you guys. Okay. Cynthia. It wasn't me that didn't teach you. It's up to you. Yeah, I'll take you into you guys. Okay, check this one out. So in one of the temples that just face your fear. This was a trip. Okay, so we land. We on a boat. We land. We get off. All these guys have machine guns. Okay, so we're like, okay, great. So we go to a certain area, and we started talking, and we were doing something, and these guys come over with their guns, with their machine guns, telling us we can't be doing this, can't do this. It's like, okay, fine, whatever. So I said, what, you guys, what I do is I feel into someone and I just kind of feel what they need. So what ended up happening was such a trip. Here's these guys with machine guns. We're all sitting over and they're all having cigarettes and drinking Cokes or whatever. And we're just hanging out, chatting, talking, and everything became easy, no problem. Okay. They calmed down. But basically at this particular temple to face your fear, they had these wells, and in the wells there were crocodiles. And the initiate was meant to go into the well with the crocodiles and face your fear. Again, that was one of them. Okay. The final initiation was going into the sarcophagus. Okay. Not many people lived at 72 hours in the sarcophagus with the lid on. Got it? Yeah. So Egypt was profound, you guys. It was profound. It was amazing. So lots and lots of cool things really happened in Egypt. Okay. Cynthia. Cynthia, we die every lifetime. What's the difference, okay? You died in the sarcophagus. At least you made it to the sarcophagus. Think about the trillions of humans that will never have that opportunity. And you got to do that? Come on, all right? Yeah, and you guys, I had an inn in Egypt as well. The what was his name? Something of antiquities. He was something of antiquities, something. And he saw me doing stuff when I was there in 2011. Then we came back with him, and he took us into really, really cool places that you just don't go into. So we got to do things that most people never will get to do. Okay, let's see here if we got any comments here. Okay, Venice, California. Yeah. Abigail and Cynthia were always in trouble. Yeah, because they're always messing around during class. That's probably true, you guys. It's probably true. Hang on a second. I'd like to know. Hang on a second. So Abigail, let me track your energy. And then Cynthia. Okay, yeah, got it. Now let's go back to the temples. Yeah, right there. So right there. Was Cynthia and I? Yes, we were. Wow. How about Abigail? Yeah. Okay, we were. Okay, hang on. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So they were young. Were they young? Yeah. Oh wow, I can see Abigail. Wow. And then Cynthia. Cynthia was way young. Okay. So here's another thing you may or may not know, but it's there's only not everybody can do that. If you were like a commoner, there's no way you'd be able to even be allowed to go to the temples. Okay, so you had to be born into that elite peoples. Okay, and then they took you in early, young. So Cynthia was really young. So she was in the temples young, and then she went into the sarcophagus as a teenager. Wow. She died. Yeah, cool. So yes, we were in the temples together. Pretty cool. Was she serious? You were. Well, I'm just asked. I got the big time. You were. That's probably why you got to go, because you were kind of young, Cynthia, to be going into the temples. But you had already displayed, lots of different behaviors and interests and that type of thing. So you were a natural person to go into it. Yes, Abigail, you found me again. How cool is that? Okay, really. It's true. Yeah, it is, you guys. It's really cool. What's really cool is to get together and then start looking back at those lifetimes and then having the memories. And that's what we were doing at the temple. There was, like I said, there was 18 of us. And once we realigned, we all went back in, and there was an area in the temples where there's like what's it called? Altar. There's an altar. We all went back into the altar, and everyone was giddy. It was just incredible, the intensity. Everything shifted and changed. There was a lightness, there was a lightening up, there was fun, playfulness. It was really cool. So, no, I was not silly. No, not me. Okay, maybe the minor child. No, you're not. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So again, coming back to the inner child thing. So Cynthia, any trauma from that lifetime is still in you. So you could do the inner child thing, go back, look for the part of you that died in the sarcophagus and heal that stuff up. Hang on, as I was putting you in the back to draw. Hang on. Did we do that? We didn't do that, you guys. We weren't drawing, okay? No, you were studying. You were proud. Oh, yeah. Okay. Think about this. You got to slow your heartbeat down. How are you going to do that? Okay. Focus. Intention. Okay. Those are the kind of things you have to do. You go in the sarcophagus, you got to slow everything down. You're in there for 72 hours. Okay. There's not much air in there. You got to slow everything down. You have to master the physical body, which is what we were doing. We weren't having sex either. except certain ones were. Yeah. 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 Well, stick around and you'll learn, and you'll be you, but you'll have the awarenesses and the expanded consciousness is what you're really wanting, which is really cool. Alrighty. So, yeah. Okay, right there. Cool. Yeah. Okay. So tomorrow, you guys, at 12:30, we're doing the inner child journey, the inner child going back into the self, deep inside your subconscious. Now think about the dad stuff. Okay, you guys, daddy wounds. Everybody's got them. Okay, you want to get whatever that is, you want to heal it. Okay, and this is a great opportunity. Think about this. So we go back, we go into the subconscious. I take you into a relaxed state, take you back, you go into the subconscious, start connecting with the aspects of you, okay, whatever that is, whatever kind of trauma you got with your dad that you're aware of, you can start asking questions, and then you're going to start finding the unconscious stuff, okay, the stuff you didn't know was there, kind of like I did, like I shared earlier, okay, realizing, the belief that my dad didn't love me. How did I not get that, So you're going to find that connection, but you're going to discover more and more that things that you didn't know. I mean, people start having memories start coming through, and the healing that happens, because that inner child needs to go through the emotions that it was feeling, that you were feeling, that you didn't go through, okay? So then you're with that yourself, the inner child self, many aspects, not just one, but that part of you is going through whatever it needs to go through. And as that's happening, the energy is clearing and releasing so that you can integrate that part of you back in where it belongs, in you, in you, not in your subconscious far away, but in you now, so that's integrated into wholeness, into you, basically. And it changes you, people, it changes you. And now you know how to do it. So when anything happens, you'll have that ability to go back in, find what's up, connect with your own self, unravel clear stuff, and integrate the self back into you. Okay? So it's not just a healing experience for you. It's learning how to do it so that you can do it. It's like we all need to be able to do a lot of stuff on our own. Okay? I mean, think about it. I've done at least 90% of my work on my own, for real. Okay? I'm where I'm at because of all my own inner work that I have done. Guys, I started teaching my work in 1994 because I wanted someone to do what I could do, because I wanted to have that accelerated healing where someone just clears some stuff out and I'm changed. But no, I had to go through all the emotions, okay? So I started in 1994 trying to get people to learn how to do this kind of work. And they did. Oh, there's actually a whole healing center, White Raven Healing Center in Alaska, based on all my work. These people were with me. In fact, they were some of my early students in 94. They're good friends to this day. We travel together. But their whole, it's like they have a major worldwide healing center based on my work. Is that cool? Okay, what is this? To be fair, your husband interrupted you. What? So your husband interrupted you maybe when you were doing the Mother series? Okay, Abigail, come on, girl. You have the recording. You can use it anytime. Okay, so Abigail, he interrupted you. You're avoiding. Okay, I get it, you guys. It hurts, okay? It's gonna hurt, all right? So you might as well just accept it. When you accept it, it's gonna hurt like heck, I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna die. I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna shatter. I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna break. Alrighty then, do it anyway, okay? So you got the videos. Oh, okay, so he does it. That's cute. That's cute. Not to mess with you. Okay, so Abigail, sweetie, go back and do the Mother one again. You might have to do it a few times, but do it again. Okay, I'm telling you, it'll change you. Okay, so all of those inner child ones, the Father one's the last one, which is tomorrow, but there's 5 other ones. If you didn't get the whole series, you might want to. Okay, so yeah, it definitely will make a difference. And you guys, here's the thing. Our work changes you, moves energy, and you don't have to do anything. Okay, that's what's friggin' awesome, is you don't have to do what I've done for how many years? What are we looking at? 30, 40 something years, okay? Of having to go into on the floor, sobbing your heart out, guts shatter, break heart, all that, it's like cry, okay? Excruciating pain. I can just clear it out of you, almost all of it. So, you guys, take advantage. Okay. I love it. You guys, I love it. Okay, okay, this is cool. Okay, he is. You guys, I'm telling you, you call your partners in, call your loved ones in, call your whatever's in when you're doing these things. They're going to get changed. And they won't even know it, but they get changed. Okay? It's pretty friggin' awesome. I remember when I first met my guy, Gregory, a year and a half ago. He didn't really know anything about this kind of work, although he was very, and he's like us. He feels things, he knows things. Things present to him. He gets downloads, all kinds of cool stuff, but he didn't know there's other people like him. So I've been pulling him in. I've been doing clearings on him, and he's changing drastically, and he knows it. We talk about it all the time, how his reactions are different, his anger's different, everything's different. And it's like, you guys have to understand, he was special forces, so he had a lot of trauma, a lot of PTSD, and a lot of shame and guilt, So clearing all that stuff up is changing him, and it's awesome. So yeah, you guys, here's the thing. Like, your husband's getting changed. He doesn't even know it. Isn't that cool? I mean, seriously? It's awesome. So clearings work. I wouldn't be doing them if they didn't. Okay? Again, if it doesn't grow corn, I'm not interested. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I love it. Oh my God, that's too cute. I love it. And your energy is too, buddy. Yep. Pull them in, call them in. They will change. That's such a trip. Isn't that cool? I love it. Oh, yeah, Sahar. Yeah, Sahar, I'm thinking about that last thing we did with you. That was pretty cool. It shifted you pretty good. It's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, listen to that Bonnie lady again. Yeah, I like that last part. So you too, buddy. That's cute. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you guys, tomorrow, the daddy, the father, you want to get in on that one if you haven't. Okay. And again, I'm just tell you straight up, do them all. They're all profound, every one of them. Yeah. Oh, sweetie, I know what we did. That was the dark force thing, and I remember it was like that was pretty huge, and I know you felt really changed. It changes your whole life, right? Your whole life has changed. Something is shifting, changing. It's pretty cool, you guys. Pretty friggin' cool. And easy. Isn't it? I mean, really easy. It's not the story, you guys. You don't have to go into all your story. You don't have to, it's just like, just show up, relax, and get shifted. I really wish I got to have it that easy, but I already understand why I had to. Because if I'd have gotten cleared up easy, I wouldn't do what I do. I had to be in severe trauma, had to be wanting to die, kill myself at 8 years old, and then for the rest of my life, basically, be in that kind of horror, angst, trauma, great suffering, and I found a way. Yeah. So you guys, I do demo. Just some of you may or may not know, but I do we're going to change the name. Right now it's called Beyond Foundations. What's coming up this Saturday is sexual trauma. Okay. So, and what's happening is it's like I'm showing you, teaching you, guiding you, but I'm also explaining everything, and I'm talking everything so that you're understanding what I'm doing, what kinds of questions I'm asking, what am I doing, where am I looking, where am I going, how am I doing this, how am I unraveling, blah, blah, blah. So, it's a great, and then also too, what happens is anybody present, whenever I'm clearing or healing or whatever, everyone gets that benefit. So the sexual trauma, anybody in there will get relief from sexual trauma, guaranteed, just by being at the program. So that's this Sunday. Okay. Tomorrow's the inner child, daddy issues, the father, and then Sunday is the sexual trauma. Huge stuff, guys. Huge. Okay. Let's see here. Yep. Oh yeah, and it's true. You guys, just so y'all know, I started doing group clearings in 2010. Yeah, 2010. And I'm because this is what happens for me. I wanted to reach more people, okay? Because you can only handle so many one-on-ones. I was already doing group stuff, that type of thing. I did workshops, intensives, that type of stuff. And I was like, okay, how can I reach more people with clearings? Here comes that drop-in knowing, my teacher, okay? And I was shown, have a group of people, have them call in your presence to be right with them, and then do the clearing, and it works. And then when they listen to the replays, call me in, and it's just like me working. Okay, so that's how I learned it, and that's why I do what I do. And they work. Okay, guys, they work. If they didn't work, I promise you, I wouldn't do them. Okay, hang on. What is that? What is this? This is some of the stuff. She always felt this dark cloud over her, and everything she did didn't work. She always slept bad, being attacked. It was hopeless. It's all gone. You guys, how long did we work? How long, Sahara? How long? Maybe 10, 15, maybe longer, maybe half an hour, and it changed your life. Okay? She was at the Beyond Foundations, okay? Yeah, wow, this is so good. This is so good. Yeah, she stepped into the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm so happy for you. Seriously happy. 30 minutes. Okay, so in 30 minutes, we changed this woman's life. Okay, and it was pretty intense, pretty dark. I remember seeing all that, and when I first chose her, you know, I was like, whoa, there's a lot of stuff happening. So life changing in 30 minutes, you guys. Alrighty, cool, good. Such a trip. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, everyone, I'm going to go ahead and head out, and hopefully I'll see y'all. Maybe I'll see you at both. Maybe I'll see you at the Inner Child tomorrow, and yeah. Okay, that was cool. So she did, yeah, very cool. You guys, we've been looking for each other, okay? But we're finding each other. That's what's cool, okay? That's what's cool. But yeah, 30 minutes and the woman's life changed. Like serious change, permanently changed. Okay, everyone. So again, hopefully I'll see y'all tomorrow at the Inner Child or at the Sexual Trauma. Love you too, Sahar. I love all of you. It's it's like there's such a heart connection with people, or people. Nada. Thank you. Okay, everyone. Tomorrow, Inner Child, and then Sunday, the big one. Here's the thing. Okay, here's something, just really quick. Even if you didn't have sexual trauma in this lifetime, you have sexual trauma distortions. Hardly anybody is totally liberated and free and doesn't have shame or guilt or something in their sexuality. You can't be in the world without distortion because our world is distorted. Okay, it's got BS lies, about sexuality and, making it a sin, and it's just simply not true. Okay, so everyone could benefit from the sexual trauma. Everyone. All right, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Cynthia.